So what I seek to inspire, more or less, is not only authenticity and freedom of thought and expression, but also the ability to be wrong and the ability to not be afraid to grow and make mistakes in public, and the ability to forgive when someone does make a mistake or does say something stupid. What really matters is the heart of the person. Like, take all this time that we've all been fighting, this country's been divided, right? So I understood the entire way through, even though whatever my opinions were counter to whatever the other side, quote unquote, side's opinions are, whatever. I never thought for one second that, even though I didn't agree with those people, I never thought that they didn't mean well. I mean, some of them were in my own family. I had knockdown, drag it out fights with my sister where we were on opposite sides of the fence. But guess what? We were both operating from the exact same place. Both of us, it was in our heart to serve the best interests of ourselves and the entire country and the world, more or less. And we both thought that we had the right prescription for that. And even though that we had opposite prescriptions, we were trying to cure the same illness. And I think that that's what's lost in society these days. I think that's what's gone missing. Is I don't think that, like, we're all inherently evil. Even if you have the wrong idea or the wrong answer, you know what I'm saying? That doesn't make your heart evil or your intention wrong, more or less. And the bottom line is, we can all have strong opinions and we can all believe in what we want to believe, but almost none of us really truly know. The only time that you don't know shit until you put it to the test. So, like, we argue in society, and like they hurl their beliefs on this side, and then these guys hurl their beliefs on this side or whatever. But this is going to go on for all of eternity until something gets put to the test. So what really needs to happen is we need to have understanding, grace, and mercy for both sides. And we kind of need to, like, come to the table, work together, and take turns putting these ideas to the test so we can knock them down one by one and find out what actually really works, instead of just having this infinity theoretical argument of what we believe is the right solution, but we can never actually implement it into a real world situation to see if it's valid or not, because no one will take action because we're just going to fight forever. So basically, like, that's where I think that, like, forgiveness and grace and mercy, all the things I keep repeating, beating this drum over and over again, are so important, because I think it's going to allow us the ability to actually come together and try these things out so we can move in a forward motion progression for the sake of humanity and the sake of our children and our grandchildren and basically the betterment of the future. I think that we're in an axis point in history where the old methodologies and the old hierarchies and the old power structures and all that are basically useless at this point in time. They're rotting. They're a rotting carcass collapsing inside themselves. And just like any dying animal, they're going to fight with tooth and nail and venom and scratch and claw and bite to keep themselves alive. And I think that everyone is pretty much aware of that at this point in time. But we're all kind of stuck in this weird whirlpool of, like, fear and, like, familiarity and dogma and Plato's Cave. That'd be a good one. Maybe I'll do my first episode on Plato's Cave. It's the literal perfect analogy for all this.